With this speaker, we come to an end of this session, and now let's move on to our last session. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Swades, a case for self-supporting cities. Gandhiji's clarion call for self-reliance and independence seem more than relevant today. Swades, Swashahar, my country, my city, by, from, and for us. Ladies and gentlemen, making very important case for self-reliance is our next and last speaker, Mr. Venhoeven. Venhoeven is CEO and founder of Venhoeven CS Architecture plus Urbanism. Venhoeven CS specializes in finding integral spatial solutions for social and cultural issues on every possible scale. Ladies and gentlemen, his firm's research focuses on the design of self-supporting cities and emission-free buildings, on the development of micro-networks that make recycling and synergy possible, on the revitalization of building types, multiple land utilization, concentrated building, and innovative facade concepts. And we are quite lucky and quite privileged to witness him today. Can we have a huge round of applause, please? Ladies and gentlemen, he's taken out time from his very, very busy schedule and grace this occasion. Thank you so much, sir, for your presence.
Okay, the last. But I will go quickly. Swades 2.0 means that I think the old principle of self-sufficient villages can get a new function in smart cities, in large megacities, in urban regions, and in mid-sized cities. What is my own background? I've come a long way. I've founded my own company in 1995. I was a professor in architectural history and theory at Eindhoven University. I was Netherlands Chief Government Advisor on infrastructure, and I would really advise you to try and get such a function in to the Indian government as well, because as an urban planner and designer, you give a specific angle to policy making. I'm also founder and curator of Towards 2050, which focuses on research by design projects for sustainable urbanism. I work for the World Bank and in Beijing with Bayet TOD Research Center. I don't know too much about India, although I come here every now and then. But I know that there is a huge mobility challenge. And I will also be a jury member of the competition, which will be launched the 1st of December for the revitalization of the Maharashtra Nature Park, including a pedestrian bridge connecting Bandra Kurla complex with Dharavi. So I think you should ask all the people you know to participate in that competition. I think it's a huge chance for the city of Mumbai and also for the Miti River and the people living around it. I think what we learned, because I don't know too much about India, I prefer to speak about my other experiences, but I think they are very relevant for India. We learned that regional collaboration is absolutely necessary if you are in a big mess. We had a terrible smog in London. We had a totally polluted dead river, which is called the River Rhine in Europe. And the River Rhine goes from Switzerland to France, Germany, Belgium, no, not Belgium, but Germany and the Netherlands. And also all the other rivers were heavily polluted. And I think now we can say that we see the sturgeon return in the river. We see the salmon return in the river. And it's not because one policy, one political party had a good program. It was because of all kinds of communities along that river pushed very hard to convince their politicians to invest money in reviving the river. And also, all kinds of knowledge were brought together. Like, if you do projects, smaller, bigger projects, there's always this question about who is going to pay for it. So designing the financial strategy, designing the spatial plans, designing the technical equipment to clean the factories, All these things are needed, so it needs a lot of communities, a lot of vitality. If you come up with solutions which aren't simply engineered, but which are community-based, you create resilient solutions. You cannot change it won't change overnight because everybody supports the solution. We in the Netherlands, a big part of the country is below sea level, and the only way we manage is because we have this experience of 1,000 years of falling level of the land and rising sea level, and building dikes and the maintenance. We had our catastrophes with collapsing dikes. So we learned by doing. And over the years, now we know that we cannot complain if we have to pay taxes to maintain the dikes. It's all part of the game. So this is the large-scale picture. For smart cities and regions, this is a very important lesson to be learned, because here you see a picture of Northwestern Europe. In the old days, we would talk about Rotterdam, Amsterdam. Now we talk about Randstad, but maybe even we talk about the ABC region, which is Amsterdam, Brussels, Cologne. It's one big metropolitan area, 40 million people living there. And we have to solve our things at that scale level. We need to produce our food there. We need to organize our mobility there. We need to keep our rivers clean. So there's a lot of international collaboration which has to take place, and also public-private collaboration to take care that all the individual businesses and also the public infrastructure is maintained well. So this is the current situation. The red line you see in this is the high-speed train, which was, well, you know, we have problems with our very well-connected, networked urban regions with terrorism currently. But we will survive because we came up with all kinds of clever tools, also in the smart technology, which mean that we don't have to create walls to build, to cut connections. We can maintain our networked society and still create a secure system. If we introduce the smart city principle, I don't think we should introduce real smart cities in this regional system. Because it's already a quite smart region. There are so many tools which are installed. The dikes are controlled by sensors, so you can check on the internet the quality of the dike. If the people enter Schiphol Airport a quarter of an hour before they enter to the border, the customs, the people see on the internet that the plane is entering because the smartphones start searching for connections. This is called smart operations. We've been discussing this in theory over the past 2 years, 3 years maybe. It's already installed in Schiphol Airport. But the thing is, what we need to do is, with all these new technical means, is that we have to connect them optimally to the physical reality we already have, like the soil, the landscape, the infrastructure, the cities, the buildings, and on top of that we build smart networks. If the infrastructure is not well designed, if the interconnectedness between the bus and the bike and the pedestrian and the private car is not well organized, there is no way a smart phone can improve the connectivity. So connecting these old systems with the new superimposed systems, that's very important. Another thing which is very important is the circular economy. For the circular, everybody is talking in principle about the circular economy. I think we all know it's cradle to cradle. You have the bio cycles and you have the techno cycles. But what is very important is that if the transportation of waste, if it takes too much money to transport something which is thrown away to a possible second user, it's just thrown away. So the mobility, the whole logistic system of circular economy is a huge challenge. We have to learn how to take all the small consumer goods, especially the techno goods, to take them from the households, bring them together in a smaller hub, and then bring several hubs together to a bigger hub, and then bring them to Rotterdam Airport and to the world market to be recycled. I think that's totally underestimated what kind of transportation flows this will create. In Amsterdam, we have successfully pushed the cars out of the city center, and currently the modal split of the city is 25% pedestrian, 25% bicycle, 25% public transport, and 25% cars. And this is very interesting if you think about circular economy, because in the logistics chain, when I order something through e-commerce, the chance is quite big that it's brought to my door through a bicycle, or that I walk to my supermarket and pick it up. So walking and cycling is, especially in the last section, is extremely important. Here you see the main corridors for the train and for the car in the south side of Amsterdam, connected to Schiphol Airport, and on the left you see that goes on until Rotterdam Harbor, and on the right it goes all the way down to Eindhoven and also to the Ruhr area. These are the main hubs for the circular economy in the future. And how to connect the city of Amsterdam to these big hubs in the most efficient way, in a multimodal way, is a big challenge. Creating multimodal nodes will allow for optimal logistics. Why do I tell all this? Well, it's about the smart city. It's about the smart city in practice, in implementation, in its consequences. And I think also this picture is a bit a summary of what is being said all day, is that smart city includes everything. It also includes happy people, but especially also economy and environment, blah, blah. Then, so here I summarize what is important for a smart city. Smart mobility, and smart mobility doesn't mean only autonomous vehicles. Maybe it's good to tell you, to take this opportunity to tell you that I had a brainstorm session at the Dutch Ministry of Infrastructure and the Environment, and there we discussed the future of mobility, and all the specialists agreed that autonomous vehicles cannot drive in cities. Because if one person crosses the road, the car stops automatically. So you have much more severe traffic jams in the future if you allow self-driving vehicles in your cities. Or you have to create streets that cannot be crossed by pedestrians, which is the alternative. So none of these is very attractive. This thing is really not solved. But smart mobility is very important, and it includes pedestrian and bicycle movement. And then the social city, of course. If you don't have a social city, people don't walk, people don't work together. Healthy city, energetic society, creating communities that together organize the city and their life. And I think the best way to achieve all of this is to use the Swades principle and to create smart microcities. Smart microcities, What are they? They are basically villages either in the rural, in the countryside, or villages in the city, or villages in a building that are based on walking and cycling distance. So it's a 5 minutes walk or 10 minutes walk. Roughly 10,000 to 200,000 inhabitants, so it can vary in scale. It's based on the sharing economy and circular economy. Sharing economy meaning it's with 100 people, maybe you have 3 cars, not 300. Smart microcity generates jobs of its own, so it doesn't need commuter flow. It has a mix of function with houses, facilities, and attractive public spaces. Healthy city, neighborhood, sports, smart people, energetic society. It's inclusive for all ages and religions, and it's they secure a healthy and high quality of life, and they can aggregate to smart urban regions and megacities. The technical side of smart microcities is that we try within the smart microcity, we try to be as sustainable as possible. Today, for one neighborhood, maybe this is 55%, but it can be improved until 80% in 2025. In another neighborhood, maybe it's 95% and can even reach 100%. But the thing is that it's a combination of the autonomy of the village principle, of the self-sufficient village principle, together with optimal connectedness to the larger scales and the larger ecosystems. We have all the solutions to create decentralized self-sustaining cities. We can generate energy in a decentral way. We can generate, we can collect waste and treat it. We can do the water management. Everything, there is no single thing we cannot do. And if we do all of these, if we apply all of these technologies on a decentralized level, we can use the waste of one system as food for the next system. So we can dramatically improve the circularity of our economy. Yesterday, in preparation of this lecture, I bumped into this new invention from Germany, from Berlin, and it's just a decentral water treatment, sewage treatment plant under the road. So it's a small thing you just build somewhere, can be adapted to a hotel, and you can generate phosphate for fertilization and all kinds of things. So this is the kind of technology I'm talking about. So now this is more the theoretical and technical part. Now I move quickly through some projects which show first a rural example. This is a rural example in France. It's for eco-quartier. And you see the ponds, and the ponds are used for the sewage treatment. So you can have fish, and the fish you can eat afterwards. And this is all. This whole village is designed as a self-sufficient village. There are cars, but the cars are out of sight because the public space, the street is really designed to be public space for children, for bikes, and for pedestrians. And there are very nice homes where you can sit on your veranda and look into the forest. But there's also a community garden where you can grow your own food. And of course, you can use the fertilizer from the wastewater treatment. And of course, after the harvest, you can share some food. So this is a more rural solution, far away from the larger cities. This is a solution for. It's actually part It's a project which contains all kinds of community facilities, swimming pools, sports center, kindergarten, cafeteria, all kinds of things for the neighborhood. It's a poor neighborhood, and with this building, the neighborhood gets new facilities. You see the entrance. So we gave this poor neighborhood a very chic entrance hall, and you can see when you enter the building, you can see all the different functions in the building. This swimming pool, we had some national records that were swum there a couple of, 1 year ago. And on top of it is the sports hall. And if you're in the swimming pool here, on the left above, you can look into the sports hall. So the basic idea is that different people in the neighborhood, they come to this project, to this place, and this is where they encounter other people and see them do different things. This is another project, also an urban solution. It's for community school, for primary school, elementary schools, with youth center, kindergarten, sports hall, library, multifunctional hall, and apartments, also for people with dementia. So this is the central part of also a poor neighborhood. And you see when people are picking up their children, it's a multicultural neighborhood. And on the roof, people can grow their own food, and they have nice apartments with a view over the city. This is the central hall, where all kinds of events take place. This is where you look into the sports hall, but also in the central hall. And these are events in the central hall. Then this is a project. It's the same, maybe no arrow, but this is the same Randstad with Amsterdam in the north, The Hague, Rotterdam, and there in the south you see a small dot, and this is exactly where this project is. It's on the outskirts of the Randstad, and it's at this place. And with sea level rise, the sea will penetrate the country a bit more in the future. We expect 1 meter rising sea level until the end of the century, but maybe it's 6 meters, then it will be more dramatic. But this place is where the train and the highway cross. And there's a soccer stadium, and we use that location to make a multimodal node on the outskirts of the Randstad, so people can change from their private car or autonomous car into the rail system. Here you see what it is like, and you can enter directly into the nature park, have a horse ride, so it's really attractive on the outskirts of the Randstad. Then I have 2 more solutions. One is this project in the middle of Utrecht, the center of the country, next to the National Railway Station. We made this project on top of a tram terminal. A tram terminal is on the ground floor. On top of that, some restaurants, a food court, fitness, also urban farming, and then apartments on top of that. So here you see, and I'm actually very happy to see how we managed to connect the restaurant to the street level to create safe public space in the last part to the station. In the back, there will be a 16,000 bicycle shed next to the station entrance. Last project, not really a microcity, but very much about connectedness. This is the Jan Schäfer Bridge, which I designed already a couple of years ago, 2001. I was asked to make a bridge, to come up with a proposal how to build a bridge through an existing heritage warehouse. So this is the heritage warehouse, and we built a bridge across it. And it's a bridge that connects not only for cars, but also for pedestrians and bicycles. Here you see all the different traffic flows. So in the top you see the bicycles, the pedestrians on the stairs, and also the ships sailing under it. So I think what I like about this bridge is that it's not just connecting the sides, but also framing the view for people perpendicular to it. This is on the occasion, the same bridge on the occasion when the Netherlands became second in the World Championship in soccer. So somewhere is the national team. After this glorious second place, they terribly lost the qualification for the next Euro Cup. The same bridge with a cruise ship in the back. And this is the same bridge when two pieces are taken out for the tall ships event that we organize every 5 years. And this, at this occasion, the bridge is transformed into a public restaurant. So what I wanted to say is that with complexities of the big cities and big infrastructures, we really need to think both how we can improve those big infrastructures, but also how we can create the small-scale communities where we can make the easy solutions to take away pressure on the large-scale infrastructure. And I think if we use some of the ancient knowledge of the Swades principle, then I think we can solve the smart city issue. Thank you.